Woohoo! Beauty! Full solar on the EcoFlow. A very smiley Cyrus. And there's even a little bit of solar coming in on the Jackery, 37 watts. It's not much, but it's something. And I just turned Starlink on. It's probably heating up. I left it on the automatic feature. All that basically means is the heater, the heater will kick on to try and melt the snow when it detects it. But usually I just have it shut off because it takes a lot of power and I come out and wipe it off. Damn, snow, calm down. It's a nice day, still lots of snow, but yeah, yep. The other day I was running some errands in town and my clutch was halfway compressed and shifting was very difficult. So at some point I need to add some fluid to the clutch reservoir. I'm hoping that's all it is. And I just decided to pull the 100 watt panel out of the shed over there and stick it here for now. Where's my son at? Behind that tree. Anyway, at some point it'll get pretty decent sun there. It's plugged directly in through the window there to the Jackery. It will help. You know, a little bit of solar coming into the Jackery is better than none at all. And will save me some fuel with the generator, which obviously I need to go get some because they're all empty, and so is the generator right now. The off-grid struggle. But anyway, I'm not going to permanently install that panel since when I go camping I do take the Jackery with me in the van, and I can also take that with me too. I was actually considering permanently installing it on the roof of the van at some point. 89, 88, 87. That's not bad for a day in February. It's a 100 watt panel. I'm ridiculously propping it up and moving it around in different places because I'm out of generator fuel and my car is having issues. Just haven't decided yet if I want to take the box truck to the gas station. I could. I might. Literally out there eating leaves off of the catio. Like, dude, I know you're a little deprived of nature, but my goodness. 99 watts coming in. Oh, well, it was. Sorry about the blur, my goodness. Are you happy? Yeah? Was that a yes or no? I'm not quite sure. You look like you're enjoying being there in the sun like that. It's definitely warm in here. Woo! Now I know that's not the true temperature. It's probably because that's where the sun is literally sitting. It says it's 8 degrees outside. It's nice and mild and warm, but I know it's not truly 8. It is truly 28 in here. That is for dang sure. Because I got a fire, and when the sun lays on the trailer like this, it just gets exceptionally warm in here. Mystery solved with my clutch and shifting issue. See that fluid that's between minimum and maximum? Yeah, yesterday that was below minimum. So added a little .3 in there, and shifting is smooth again. No issue with the clutch, and I also had the e-brake light lit up on my dash, and that went away too. So yeah, make sure you have fluids, I guess. Good morning. I'm heading into town. I am going to pick up some boards, screws, construction adhesive, because tomorrow my dad and I are supposed to be starting the framing on this front wall behind me here, all around the pass-through door so that that can get insulated. And speaking of the pass-through door, I had a lot of questions, comments about the safety, because you can access the screws on the drawer slides here. Valid concern. However, in order to access this door, first somebody would need to break into the vehicle, whether it's through a window, through the windshield, or ripping the door off. And when they are in here, if the door is locked, obviously here's a screw that can be accessed. There's 2 screws that can be accessed. Same with down here. However, there are screws in this drawer slide that you cannot access. And the only way you could access it is if the drawer slides are completely open. I'll show you what I mean. I'll slowly open this door, and there's another screw that gets hidden behind here. Long story short, there are several of those further back on the drawer slides. The drawer slides were put on the door first, fully extended, so the screws were put on. Now, since the door can't be fully extended because of the door stop, some of those screw heads are now hidden within the slides. Anyway, I feel like I had to just mention that because so many people were like, "That's not very secure." Yeah, I guess you're partially right, but some of the screws can be accessed and some of them can't. So beyond all of that, if somebody's going to make the effort to bust in here, I don't think they're going to tediously remove every screw and set the door to the side to get in. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure they wouldn't be that delicate with it. Okay, I'm gonna head to town, pick up these boards, screws, adhesive, and I'll catch you guys when I get back here. By the way, sun's out in full force now. Full solar. Jackery's even getting some solar. EcoFlow, house battery. Generator battery right there, that's getting some good solar. Spring is coming and I can't wait. Also, if I'm going to be backing up to the lumberyard, I need to clean the dirt. Oh, it's foggy. Oh, I hope that cleans itself up. Hopefully that made it a little better for me to see. Anyway, got my 2x4s. And actually I ended up stopping to get some silverboard insulation as well, because eventually I'm going to need it for the ceiling. I'm adding more insulation to the ceiling. And I figured since I'm out today in the box truck, and it's a beautiful day, it must be 4 or 5 degrees Celsius. The snow is melting off of this. I figured I may as well kill 2 birds with 1 stone and get it all done today. I made sure that when I left getting insulation, I locked the back door, because I don't think I told you guys this. Another time I stopped and got insulation and I thought I locked the door and didn't, and guess what? The door flew open on the highway and I had cars behind me and panels upon panels of insulation. Thankfully none of them ended up flying out and going out all over the highway, but that definitely happened. So now I'm very much aware that I need to lock that door so it doesn't end up flying open somehow. Back at the gypsy den, slowly but surely backing ourselves in from whence we came. There's my car, probably shouldn't hit that. Well, I can see cleaning off that camera didn't help me out too much. It's still all fogged up, but there's my car and we didn't hit it, so we're doing okay. I took longer than I would have liked at both of those building supply stores. I could spend all day in those. I absolutely love them. Home Depot, like I died and went to heaven. I don't know why, I just love those stores. Today when I was picking up my adhesive, my screws, my boards, I think your name is Roger, I hope that's right. Thank you for helping me out today, I appreciate it. He looked at me and said, "Don't you have a web show?" Not gonna lie, I probably got a little red in the face because I thought everyone around us might think it was that type of web show, you know what I mean? Anyway, thank you for your help today, I appreciate it. Let's hop in the back and get started with whatever we're getting started with today. Okay, here's my boards. It's getting a little messy back here. I just looked when I went inside. It's 4 degrees Celsius, which is Canadian for I don't need to put the diesel heater on to be out here working. So my focus right now are these curved corners. I need to insulate them, and the only thing I can really think to do that makes the most sense is to use some of this 1/2 inch, what's it called? Silver board, there we go, because it's very bendable. The styrofoam doesn't snap as easy as some of the thicker stuff would. So I just grabbed some little scrap pieces, and what I'm gonna end up doing is just pushing that in like this, obviously piecing it in with some of my scraps. Now obviously 1/2 inch isn't a lot when there's 2 inches in the walls, right? And there's going to be at least 1.5 inches here on this wall. So what I'm going to end up doing is we're actually at some point going to have a corner here. And then I'll probably have to fill it in with some of that pink batten insulation. It's not like a straight edge corner, it's a curve. So I got to do what I got to do. I'm not going to do up here just yet. That's for another day. Check that out. The drive totally ripped all the snow that was up there sitting off, so I can see the sky again. Beautiful. In this corner, if you can see, that looks like a cut off piece of wiring loom surrounded by a bunch of caulking or something, but I'm going to try to pull that out and obviously refill it again at some point. But yeah, the wiring at some point must have come up through there and went along this side, because right now the wiring's actually going along on this side. I'm having a hard job getting this out of here, and everything's just breaking apart as I'm trying to rip it out. So I might have to worry about this another day, or even try to go grab it from underneath. Okay, we got the one caddy corner done. I didn't get that stuff ripped out in that corner. I will do that at some point and reseal that hole up. Is this what I was supposed to do to insulate it? I don't know. But it's what I did. I still need to do this side. Many of you are wondering if it still leaks a little bit in places. I don't know. We've had snow, but we haven't had rain in I don't know how long, so I'm just gonna have to do a real good sealing job outside of this in the spring. Corners done for now. Next on my list, these little exposed pieces here. I spent way too much time thinking about how I would insulate those, and I just spent way too much time thinking about it. I just got to do it, and I have an idea. So I had a little sample piece of the the 1/2 inch insulation. I honestly think I'm just going to cut it in skinny strips and stick it in along there. I think we're working with 1 inch, 1.5 inches here, maybe somewhere in between. So yeah, I'm just going to be cutting long strips, putting it in this little section here. And as far as this part up here, I'm not too worried about, because I'll just take this scrap piece as an example, but I'm going to be adding some of this 1/2 inch to this insulation I've got here. And obviously it's going to be covering that lip up there. But for this portion right here that will be exposed, I'm probably going to be putting some of this over top of it. This is like a pipe wrap insulation. And I do have some more left over. So once I get my little strips of this put in here in this little channel, I'll probably go over it with some of this. Also, I've got a lot of these punched down through. I can squeeze this here in under them, so I'm not too worried about it. 1.25 inches. Okay. Well, it looks funny, but it's going to be covered in that pipe wrap stuff anyway. But you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. I find it easier to do in smaller pieces than one big long strip, trying to, because at least now I can maneuver, you know what I mean? Maneuver it around these stupid little things here. Sorry about the noise. I ended up having to turn the diesel heater on. Temperature drop. I cut a bunch of these strips of insulation. Got the little channel all along the edge there. I also put it up along here and just made sure the wire was on the other side of it the whole way down. Eventually, I'm probably actually going to put some of this stuff along here and tape it down onto my insulation. I'm not going to do that tonight. Actually, I'm not going to do that really anytime soon, just yet. Reason being, like I said, there are panels in which I will have to take the top piece of insulation out for the windows, the ladder racks, so I'm not going to bother putting that on and taping it down tonight. So that's pretty much it. That's all I'm doing in here this evening. It's like 7:30 at night, I think. I'm going to clean this back wall behind me, give it a spray down, give it a wipe down, and prep it because hopefully we can get the framing done on this wall behind me. I do have an appointment in the morning for Blue Crasher. It's an biannual inspection. Let's hope that goes okay and it passes and I'm in and out of there. But chances are the garage will find something wrong, like a caliper or who knows. But we'll just play it by ear. Good morning. Just finished up at the garage getting my car inspected, and it makes sense now why my brake fluid was so low, because I need to replace the caliper on the rear driver's side. I rebooked an appointment to get that done next Friday because it would take another hour today, and I'm getting ready to head to my dad's, like I said, to start that framing on the front wall. So I'll see you guys there. What are you saying? You know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to hook a buggy up to you, and you can tow me around. I don't need a car. You can be my cat and buggy. Eh? Yeah, let's just do that. Sound like a deal? Okay, you better beef up. One more piece to go. Actually, that's a lie. If I move this door, I need to insulate that, but that's going to be the 1/2 inch stuff because this 1.5 is just too thick to fit behind the door, obviously. So yeah, tonight, just this one last little square rectangle. I swear, I know my shapes. Okay, well that was definitely a compression fit, if I ever did know of one. That wall is done for tonight. Super stoked that basically all the walls in here are insulated. Obviously I've got to do behind the door yet, but not tonight. I'm done for tonight. And at some point I will need to get some spray foam and just fill in my cracks. Gaps. I meant gaps. And yes, we're aware that these studs here, one or two of them aren't completely straight. Those studs are strictly just to hold the screws for the wall that will be there. I'd love to say that my insulating days are over, but alas, they are not. Still need to do the floor. Still need to add more to the ceiling. I keep changing my mind about the bed. I still want it above my door. Don't get me wrong. But originally I thought it might be cool to have a bed that raises and lowers to the ceiling, you know, so it can go up flush against the ceiling. I thought maybe Happy Jacks or something for that, and then I realized, well, if anything mechanical goes wrong, you're kind of in a pickle. So I think I'm going to keep it simple. I do want the option of being able to move the bed out of the way sometimes. So now I'm thinking horizontal Murphy bed. Yeah, so it can kind of whoop. I've done the measurements and I think it's going to work, you know, full twin. Should be enough room. I believe there's enough room. I measured to go against the wall. Definitely have a few ideas floating around in the old noggin, but I'm a ways away from putting a bed in, so we'll see. It's 7:30 at night. I am wiped. Back to the grind tomorrow, back to work. So I'm going to take off now, I believe. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye. And nobody told me I had styrofoam pieces in my hair. You're fired. I'm just kidding. Please don't leave. Okay, bye. That's kind of funny. There's multiple chickadees that keep landing on that little patch without snow. And some of them keep going in and out of my shed. I don't know what they're doing in there. Hopefully they're not pooping on my scooter.